Okay, I guess we're on a little acoustic blues kick, so we're going to try one more of these. Again, we're in the key V. This one's a bit different because it kicks off with just a couple turnarounds repeated and then goes into more of an 8-bar blues. I'll play through it once and then break it down. It's pretty straightforward, lots of triplets in it. Here we go. So that's it, and so the first 2 bars just comes in with a descending triplet lick. You're basically playing this shape, which is kind of like a reverse D or like a D7 moved up a couple frets, starting at the 4th fret on the 3rd and 1st strings and the second string 3rd fret. So that shape, and you're just going to play 2 sets of triplets in this position, and then move it down a fret and then down a fret. So slowly it's, and you play an E and then a triplet walk up on the 5th string to the B7. So those 2 bars together are, and that repeats. Then you play the open E on the 6th string in the 4th bar, and then the same shape as the first pattern, except you're not playing the 1st string, you're just playing the 3rd and 2nd strings, so the 4th fret 3rd string and the 3rd fret 2nd string, and you're playing 3 groups of triplets on that, and then hitting the A on the 3rd string at the 2nd fret, then the open G, and then the E on the 4th string 2nd fret. So the 4th and 5th bars are, and that repeats. And we transition to A7, and it's basically hitting the open A on the 5th string and then strumming in this pattern. So what you're doing is your 2 downstrokes on the open A, then down and up on the A7, and let the upstroke ring, and then another upstroke and a downstroke and an upstroke. So it's downstroke, 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 upstroke, let it ring, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. So you're catching the upstrokes on the upbeat. So, and that'll just flow nicely that way. Then we transition into a triplet lick, and it's 3 triplets the same, and then the last bar is a bit different. The first 3 bars are hammering on from the open B string to the C sharp and then to the open E string, and then the last triplet is open B string to the C sharp, but then you're playing the open B again. So it's slowly, it's, again, that's, so those 2 bars together are, and we have a descending triplet lick, and this will be written out in the tab so you'll see it clear, but it basically goes down the blues scale a little bit. We start with the 4 and 3 pattern we've been using, and then it's straight down the scale pretty much, so it's, then we move into what I think of as a little Zakk Wylde kind of a thing, or maybe a Stevie Ray Vaughan. You were starting on the open A, hammering onto the first fret A sharp, and then back to the open A, and then hitting the G on the 6th string, and then back to the open A, and we're doing that twice. So slowly, it's, and then up to speed. It's, so we'll play those 2 bars together. And then we just play a very simple pattern on the B7, and the A7 is the exact same thing, except it's on the open A and D string, so it's, and then for the turnaround in the 7th and 8th bars, or the 11th and 12th, depending on how you want to look at it, we're just playing a descending triplet pattern, just like the triplets we played at the first, except you're single picked. So it's, it's just this pattern, like kind of reverse D7 again, starting at the 4th fret. Then we hit the first 3 strings of an E chord, then the open 1 and 2 on the A, and then the B7. So that last 4 bars are, so I'll play it through once slowly and then once up to a regular tempo. And once you get the hang of this, feel free to loosen it up and experiment with the phrasing. I'm just trying to play it as close to the tabs so you can get a feel for it when you're trying to read it off the page, but don't play it this stiff. Try to loosen it up a bit when you're playing it. Anyway, here we go. More up to a natural speed. I'll try to loosen her up a little bit here, so it might vary from the page a little bit. Okay, so I hope you dig that, and see you next time.